Evening all. Evening all. I thought we'd start this week. Don't just sit there off with a little bit of tweaking of what we basically done last week. The layout of the xfce. Now, don't quite go to the bottom, does it? But we've got certain things that I probably want to separate into different categories. So we're just going to get to panel preferences. Yeah, a bit of boring stuff. I've got a bit of ETS after this, so we're going to have about 15-20 minutes of this, and then we're trucking, so you know when to tune out or whatever. It's panel 2 we're working on. So as you can see, we've got the Whisker menu launcher, and then we've got the files, application finder, terminal emulator, and the Firefox. So I think I'm going to put a space a bit after these top 3 launchers. So if we just add a spacer, because I'm basically just trying to use up this gap by spacing out the items a little more. So let's get a spacer. Separator, I do apologise. We'll add another one, I think. Okay, so we've got 2 separators at the bottom. Let's just work them up. Yeah, I think that's going to give us the right amount of gap, but of course we want to make them transparent too. Okay, alright, it kind of like separates these quite nicely. Being a separator, I suppose that's a good thing, right? Okay, so I've basically now got my internet stuff, so let's move this one up next to Firefox, and then Synaptic Package Manager. I don't want to open it, thank you. Synaptic Package Manager, the bottom one, we'll move that up next to transmission as well, because these are all about pulling things from the NetSphere. Okay, and we'll also make that transparent. So now I've got like a group here, and then the rest of these, which I really need to arrange a bit differently, because I want my GIMP and my Inkscape at the top there, because they're the most used ones for me. And then I guess OBS and the other ones. Let's basically just put Codlibit and LibreOffice at the bottom. LibreOffice can be the very bottom one. And Codlibit, I believe that's that one. Yep. Go and go just above it. So that's cool. As you can see, I've swapped out, I've actually got Kdenlive linked there now rather than Olive. I haven't had a chance to have a play with Olive. But I intend to. And as you can see, that now fills out rather more neatly. Okay, so yeah, let's just confirm the day, shall we? As you say, it's December the 12th, Thursday, December the 12th. Boom, and we're all good. I've got this wallpaper, of course, you remember from last week. We can make changes, can't we? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I kind of like it with LibreOffice base right at the bottom there. It's the hub, basically, isn't it? And as you see, I've not launched it yet. This is on the Toshiba satellite, apparently, you know. So, yeah, it doesn't actually get an awful lot of use, but it's a nice fallback Debian. Wow, taking a while. First launch though. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Okay, and of course, we have got all of the items in there. And you see, if we go to Office down here, we've got the whole shebang. We've got Base, Calc, Draw, Impress, Math and Writer. So I really need to spend some time with LibreOffice Impress, because I've never made a presentation on LibreOffice in my life. I've never used Calc either, or Base, let alone Math, but it's just handy to have them there on the off chance that you're going to need them. Now look, you see we've got this gap at the top here. I think I need to add like a couple more pixels to the top panel. You can only just see it there, but when you open the menu it shows. So it's on 28, so what do we make it? 30. Is that more like it? Yeah, that is more like it. Yeah, now we're good. Now we're good. I would have liked to have had it a lot thinner. But if you go a lot thinner, when you expand this, it doesn't quite expand correctly. So it's always best to get the expansion done on this left-hand panel first with all your launchers, and then adjust your top panel to suit where this finishes. Okay, now, so just because it's been a while, let's run some updates. I think I ran some updates yesterday, but I cannot remember whether it was this machine, or whether it was the main machine, or whether it was the notebook. So let's wait for this to finish doing what it's doing. I don't know quite what it's doing when it's doing that. Whether it's reloading from the repos or not, I don't know. But I always do this anyway. I would think it is reloading from the repos. So let's mark all the upgrades. And there don't appear to be any. So yeah, I remember there was a Firefox update yesterday. So what I'm going to look for now is my Doomsday, because I want to get my Doomsday going. So I know it's in this build of Debian, so we're going to grab it. Boom, we'll have all this. Okie dokie. We'll apply that update, 162 megs. Seriously, if I couldn't play Doom, I don't know what I'd be like. Not interested in Doom 2016. I think it's far too far too detailed. There's too much going on to be able to concentrate particularly well, and it doesn't have the character of the old, almost prehistoric now, Doom games. I'll tell you what else I would like to be able to play though, and I'm pretty sure you can do it in DOSBox, and that's things like the Blake Stone games and Wolfenstein 3D, the first one. I would love to have that again and be able to play that. So if anyone's got a link to the full Wolf 3D, not the shareware one, I'm pretty sure it's abandonware now anyway, so if there's any link to that and any way I can run it with a graphical front end rather than with DOSBox, because I'm really unfamiliar with DOSBox, but that is one game that I would really love to play again. Wolf 3D. I don't know if it's on Steam. It might even be on Steam. Maybe I'll have a look. But a lot of these old ones, they haven't got actual Linux ports. I got really lucky with Shadow Warrior, the first one. I've got that on my Steam, so that's fantastic, and it's got a Linux version, so that's cracking, really good. Great fun playing that again. Shooting rabbits and whatever. Okay. So how is everybody? This is recorded me talking to you. I should be sitting in the chat somewhere, probably chewing the fat with yous. But as I say, yeah, we've got a little bit of ETS2, a bit of Road to the Black Sea, about half an hour's worth of that coming up. But first, as I say, this. Right, Doomsday's on there, so let's get that powered up. Kushti, run Doom. That? What does that do? Where's that from? Huh. Okay, it launches Doomsday. So that's cool. Alright, so we might as well go through this. This is for people who've never used Doomsday before. This tutorial will give you a brief walkthrough of the major features of Doomsday's user interface. You will also get a chance to pick a shortcut key for opening the console. Tutorial can be restarted later via the application menu. Next, home screen. This is where you end up if no game gets loaded at startup. Here you can browse all available games and configure engine settings. You can unload the current game at any time to get back to the home screen. Notifications. This notification area shows the current notifications. For example, this one here is an example of a warning of or an error that has occurred. You can click on the notification icons to get more information. I quite often get a little notification up there. I haven't got a clue what it means half the time and really don't know what to do about it, but that's just me. The taskbar is where you find all the important functionality, loading and switching games. Shift Escape. Must remember, Shift Escape. Configuration settings and console command line for advanced users. That's a thought. And the application menu here. Check for available updates, switch games, look for ongoing multiplayer games. You can also unload the current game and return to Doomsday's home screen. Next, configurations, your video network and your updater. Absolutely fine. And the console is a Quake style command line prompt where you enter commands and change variable values. To get started, try typing help in the console. Done. Alright, so it couldn't find any WADs, so we've got to tell it where they are. And they are in boom 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 documents, double click quick, we are there, and it's found all my WADs. Okay, so the settings, go to video. This has a different mode when you're actually in game. If you're currently running a game, well, we want to go full screen anyway. I guess max. Oh, that's unmaximised, is it? Very strange. That'll do. Don't want to see frames per second. We will have anti-aliasing on. We'll have VSync off. Resolution. No, that's my screen resolution. No, I'm afraid. Colour adjustments. You can change the gamma, the contrast, and the brightness here. Okay. Don't know what came from up there. There's your network stuff, your API URL, reset to defaults, close, your updater, release type unstable or candidate, check for updates weekly or whatever. I would prefer not to and let them come in through with the repos. Delete file after install, download location temporary files, okay, close. So, first things first, let's get a game going. Let's have TNT Evolution. As you see, it looks a bit weird. Not had good grief. Do apologise for that. That always happens. It always bangs out the music really, really loud. Okay, so what do I want to do here? Okay, yep. Back into the options again. I want to have, oops, get the, we want the crosshair symbol on so we can see what we're shooting at. I usually go twin angles, all about half opacity. Get the options up again. Gameplay, I want it on auto, also, no, always run, yes, okay, alright, let's have a new game. Actually, that music is still way too loud. That's incredibly loud. And the SFX is a bit loud too, so that'll do. Alright. Now we can get going. New game. Single player. Let's have it on ultra violence. I'm a fool to myself. No, let's have it on Like Me Plenty. And we'll see how we go with this. Probably very bad. Default controls are mouse and WASD. Oh, plus to make that screen just that bit more usable. Okay. Wow, this is a bit... Wow, no, this is a bit of a struggle for the machine. So, what was it? Shift Escape, wasn't it? To get the console back up. Okay, so let's change some of these settings. Video. Let's turn anti-aliasing off. That ought to sort it. Okay, yeah, okay, close that. Now the renderer thing, on some machines, if you've got a good, fairly powerful machine, go to amplified, because that gives you like lens flares on the lights and so forth. It's pretty good. So we'll go with that. We'll go with this as it is. And we're a little bit smoother. Yeah, a little bit smoother now. Oh, where's my gun? I have no gun. Of course, it's going to be a bit worse than because I'm recording the screen. I always forget that recording the actual thing has an impact. I want a gun, a rifle, please. Good grief. Not actually in an optimal playing position either, so. Can somebody give me a rifle? Ain't much to ask. Great. Great stuff. Oh, I forgot I had this dude. I really am going to have to get out of their way. You muppet. And your mate. Well, I'm really rather surprised that I survived that. Yeah, I forgot I had that rage thing. Oh, now we're cooking. Rifles round here. Give me that health. Need it. There we go. Oh yeah. Strawberry jam. Have some. Now I've got a gun worth pointing at people. Okay. Well, that's more like it. Really? Stop it. You're misbehaving. And of course I've got to go back out, haven't I, to get the blue key. Which of course, why not? I forget where you have to go now. Wait. What have I forgot? No, it's not out here, is it? No, there's something that opens up. Bunch of bad toads. Have I not pressed this one? Press that one. What did that do? That just opened there. I'll remember what I'm supposed to be doing soon. Sure it's... No, it just opens by walking there, doesn't it? God damn it. What does that give me? How did that help? Oh, yeah. Look, blue key, but also bad people in here. Cheers for shooting your mate. Lovely. Much appreciated. Thank God for friendly fire. Alright, enough of this jerkiness, because I'm playing this really weird angle. I'm leaning right over from a swivel chair. Oh, well, guess not. Damn you. Oh, that's enough of your nonsense. Let's get the hell out of Dodge. And indeed we are. Right, so we got 100% anyway. So cool, next level human barbecue. As indeed it is. Look at that, how lovely. A human barbecue. They just can't wait to get their chops into a nice bit of tender roast stump. And I don't know what you're enabling them for, you little bugger. But anyway, we're not here for this. We're not here for this. So, Shift Escape brings back the panel for the bottom. And you can unload the game here. Unload, discard progress if you want. Of course you can save in game. So there we go, we've unloaded it and we can now load a different one up if we wanted. The normal exit from the game in the game menus will actually shut down Doomsday as well. So that's that. Okay, let's quit Doomsday. And alright, okay, let's move on to the ETS2 Road to the Black Sea on the main gaming machine. Couldn't game on this one. Trucking again. We are in Bulgaria at the minute. The Road to the Black Sea DLC. Thank you, Dad, for the Steam voucher. Yep, so we're taking this lot and we're taking it up into Romania and we'll see if we can get there. Wow, the roads in this expansion are crazy. The traffic is odd. How you have to act at the junctions is odd. Where you have to indicate is odd. It's just odd. Oh, well, welcome to Don't Just Sit There. Yeah, gaming again, sorry. Gaming. As usual, on Debian Linux. So, let's get on with it. This is an online contract for the world of the trucks. Hopefully, the sound levels are alright. If they're not, well, nothing I can do about it right now. Right, so you've got this dash lines there, so I guess you have to wait. Somebody just drove straight out of a junction at me while I was on the roundabout coming to pick up this job, so I really do not know what the heck you are actually supposed to do, where you are supposed to indicate, who gets priority, or any of that jazz. And as you see, we are already at a border check. Yeah, I've got to go in this one. Swung wide enough, didn't I? Making me damn mind up. yeah, so we basically picked up right next to where I've got my Bulgaria garage, my final garage that I can actually get. We're pretty close to the Romania border. I think what I might do is shut down a garage further into Europe and have a few more down here near the Black Sea, because it's a bit of the map that I would want to be spending a fair bit of time on. You know, degraying the roads. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? I guess this way. Oh, and there's them double sets of pillars that you see on the thumbnail for the... that's cool. You see on the thumbnail for the DLC. That's cool. So I take it that car's behind me now, and I hope I can actually pull this much weight. I haven't got the biggest engine and the best gearbox for it, to be quite honest, but we'll see how things go. So far though, this DLC looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, really gorgeous. So don't be surprised if we get some frames dropped more than usual. Istanbul looks absolutely stunning. I mean, the maps now are really works of art. They really are so beautiful. Oh, crazy bridge. So I guess we've got to go where that truck's going there as well. Oh yeah, and for those of you who play American Truck Simulator and are fed up to the eye teeth of way stations, bad news. There are way stations all over this DLC, in Turkey particularly. That one you don't at least have to stop on, but yeah, the border controls here are crazy harsh. Worse than going into Russia. I guess that says a lot about the Black Sea states. But it adds another dimension to the game, doesn't it? Nothing up with Jaxie there, is there? Yeah. Papers, please. Norok suç polo. Like, who gets priority? I guess I do. Do I? Well, I'm going to. They're maze-like border patrols, border crossings. Absolutely maze-like. Right, where are you going, copper? You're going that way. Hey. What is this? Who gets priority? Who gets right away? Where are the white lines on the road? Crazy. Now, the interesting thing about this is kind of like, I refer this as the Dracula DLC, because of course northern central Romania is what used to be called Transylvania. I don't know if it still is now. I think whether they recalled it that for tourism purposes, but northern Romania is Transylvania, and northern Romania you've got the the Borgo Pass, which features heavily in the Dracula story. It's where Jonathan Harker gets dropped off by the coach and picked up by Dracula to go to the castle. And down on the east coast of Bulgaria, you've got the port of Varna, which is where Dracula set out in the Demeter in his coffins to come to England. So there you go, and it's also where he disembarks when he flees back to Transylvania. So, you know, so I call this the Dracula DLC because it features so many Dracula related places. And while I was also doing a little bit of geekery, I also went looking to see if I could try and figure out where on the map would be the Cashtis Castle, the home of Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess. And that is in northwestern Hungary, on a road I've not travelled yet, so maybe I'll go and have a look, see if they've incorporated Castle Cashtis, where she bled the village virgins to bathe in their blood. Apparently, the Blood Countess, Elizabeth Bathory. So yeah, northwestern Hungary, central northern Romania for the Borgo Pass, the east coast of Bulgaria for Varna. So the Dracula DLC, I think it earns that name. Do I have to wait here? Who gets priority? Can I go this way? I basically like to see what they're actually including when they build the maps. Like areas of local colour now. I guess the Borgo Pass would be an area of local colour. See, look, no stop lines, no dotted line to wait at. As an English person, I would think that just means you just carry on straight round, but I guess maybe not. Now then, I hope you appreciate that I have taken the clock off the wall. I noticed how loud it was on that last short video with the clip from Oliver at the end of it. It did seem really rather loud. So it is now in bird's armchair with a pillow over the top of it, so hopefully you can't hear it. See what I do for you people. What I have been doing this week is I have been retheming and repopulating my other channel on YouTube, which is now called Station 67, and that is where all my music, poems and graphics is going to be, and it will also be where I do stuff with Linux. I think that is going to be my focus. See which way's priority. We're going to focus on doing stuff on Linux rather than looking at Linux itself. I mean, let's use the damn thing, you know, instead of constantly reinstalling different builds and different versions. I'm bored of that, and I've kind of done it. I mean, like the last 5, nearly 6 years now on this channel has basically been trying to find a good stable base to be able to do work that I would normally have done on Windows. And yes, I am running Windows 10 on one laptop, and that's Ali's fault. Because Ali was, in one of his live streams, he was trying out Woe USB to see if it would effectively and, you know, properly burn a Windows 10 image to a USB stick. So I thought, oh, you know, it throws up an error at the end. But it does actually work. So I ended up with a Windows 10 USB stick, and I thought, well, hang on a minute. I can't get the graphics working properly on this one Toshiba Satellite Pro under Linux, because like the free drivers just don't allow it to game. They do on the normal bog standard just plain satellite. You wait, mate, thank you. But not the Pro, and they're both Intel graphics, so it really needn't be a problem. But no, there was no way on earth that I could game in any way, shape or form on it under Linux. So I thought, right, I'll give it a shot, I'll give it a try, and we'll see if it picks up the digital license for Windows 8.1 Professional that should be sitting in the UEFI BIOS. So I turned Secure Boot back on, made it UEFI Windows for the boot, installed this stick, and installed Windows 10, and it picked up the digital license. So it's all legal. So I thought, oh, well, that's good. So I thought, alright, well, let's see how good the graphics are. Will it incorporate the proper graphics drivers for this machine? And lo and behold, it did. So then I thought, right, we'll try Steam on it. So I put Steam on it, and I brought down Euro Truck Simulator, and it plays it. I have to turn a lot of the effects off and play it at like, I think it's sort of 75% scaling, but it plays it. So that also got me thinking, well, alright, might be worth keeping this on because it's running the graphics properly. So then I thought, well, okay, what else can I do? I'm not going to be obviously browsing forever on here. Where is the dotted line? There is no dotted line. Look at this. Jeez. So then I thought, right, I've got a legitimate installation of Windows, so I can run my Windows music software again. So I installed Ableton, registered that all online again, because I'd already paid for it. So put that on it. That works lovely. And then I thought, right, I'm not going to just have that. What if I want to do some video editing or video production on it? And lo and behold, all the open source stuff that I enjoy on Linux is actually available on Windows as well. I've got Kden Live on Windows 10. I've got OBS Studio on Windows 10. I've got the GIMP on Windows 10. I've got Inkscape on Windows 10. So that machine may just well stay as Windows 10. It's not going to be profiling me too much because I'm not going to be living on that computer anyway, so all it'll be able to report back to the Microsoft baddies is that I like making really crap tunes and drawing really rubbish pictures and doing a bit of video work, and also that I have a fondness for open source software. That's pretty much all it'll say. That being said, I will reiterate what is on the other machines. Okay. It's basically Debian. My main daily driver that I'm on now is Debian Buster. Very happy with it. It lets me do this quite happily and very well. On the normal satellite that you saw last week is again Debian 10. On the Dell Optiplex is PC Linux OS xfce, and on the notebook also Debian 10, the Acer Aspire notebook. The little sort of halfway between a laptop and a netbook. Yeah, Debian 10. The netbook itself, MX18. So there you have it. I'm Debian through and through, except for that one laptop, and only because it allows me to run my music software and it recognises the graphics correctly. What are you doing? tell you, the AI in this DLC are crazy. So that's where I stand with regard to what's on the machines, and yeah, the Windows 10 is entirely Present Arms on Linux's fault. Although it did open up that laptop for me to be able to use it to its best ability. I must say it runs fairly well too. Although not as well as an operating system as Linux does. I will stress that. A lovely grassy plain and rivers. How nice. I like the way that they've got really crap road surfaces. All the cracks in them. They really do have good attention to detail. And I did hear a rumour on somebody else's review of this DLC that a rebuild of the UK on ETS2 is in the pipeline, so that would be fantastic because it's really needed. Really is needed. But I don't think we'll see that until they've finally finished rebuilding Germany, and they're doing an amazing job on that. So I can't wait to see what they do with the UK. I think it'll be really nice and well worth the wait. Stick it on cruise for a bit, I think. I don't think there's any rush for this job anyway. Field full of brassicas on the left and the right. Rapeseed, corn. Do you remember when ETS was just like sunflowers? That's all there were in the fields. Grass or sunflowers. Things were a lot simpler back then, weren't they? That's okay, we're under 70 in a 70 zone, so that's cool. Obviously I've got fatigue and fines off. What are you doing? Oh, we're down to 50, are we? Alright, okay. Didn't see a bloody sign saying that, though. to 80. What's the time? It's difficult to read a clock. I think it's about 1:30. So Galati discovered. Don't know what the accent under the T means. You have to do with the letter. I don't know. Is it more of a TS sound? Galati? Don't know. Looks like we've got a fire up ahead. No, just a smoky old chimney. Looks like Sheffield. Or how it used to. I guess the yellow diamonds mean pay attention, there might be traffic coming in from the side. Nice to see ruined buildings as well, a bit like in Italy. Yeah, this is quite a lot like Taranto, southern Italy. Big industrial area, all rusty pipes and ruined village buildings and whatnot. Seeing a lot of frames getting dropped here. And I'm going to need to change to the middle lane there. There's someone behind me, but I need to get over. Come on, I'll get over now. Keep the flashes on because I'm going that way. Nice churches. They've got mosques in Istanbul. Nice attention to detail. It's really a bit rude, I guess. Thing with the border between Turkey and Bulgaria. The minute you cross from Turkey, there's just litter all over the place. It's like in Bulgaria they don't care about picking up the rubbish. A lot of litter on display there, so another potential garage which I will not be buying, for shame. Actually I probably will, but just move the staff and lorries down to it from another one and then close that other one. Well, the frames seem to have smoothed out a bit again, so maybe not too bad. And we're just about here. A filling station where you can't fill up. No good, no good. Watch out for other traffic. Okay. Well, about the most spectacular thing was the bridge, wasn't it? Across into Romania. Never mind, it's no bad thing. And now we've got a roundabout where I'm probably going to get pranged, because I always do on roundabouts. Well, got away with it at a time. That is next door's shower, if you can hear that. Oh right, I can fuel up here, that's alright. Okay, we're here. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.